I've been wanting to do that for such a long time. We are now live on my YouTube, which I can't believe I'm here. Um, Wearing a top, by the way. So let's jump right in. I want to share with you some of the most precious things that I've learned in business, which is the copy. But we're not just going to look at the messaging and the copy, we're going to look at the vibration behind it, the embodiment behind it, so that we can have and build powerful brands. This is my goal with you today, is to analyze all the mistakes we can make. And I'm going to take my account. Okay, we're gonna have fun roasting me and roasting all the mistakes I've done. I want to do it live with you so that we have a lot of fun. If you want an audit for yourself, I'm gonna do that for free for people because I love doing it. I think it's super fun, and I think we can learn from each other. And sometimes it's just freaking amazing. Sorry. Sometimes it's just freaking amazing to have someone to look at your thing and give you outside perspective. So you're gonna basically get all that my clients, my high ticket paying clients are getting for free if you decide to join. And for the next live, we can do your an audit, or I can even do it as a YouTube video. Who knows? So we're gonna start with my channel. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay. Let's land on my profile. Okay. So, um, when someone lands on your profile, they make an opinion on you like in the first seconds that it happens. So, what comes up for you intuitively, emotionally, energetically when you land on my page? I'm going to tell you. I obviously have a more critical vision because it's my own, but here I'm coming on the page and there is some incongruent. Do this so we can see more posts all at once. Yeah. So you see the top here, it's me wearing the red, the goddess archetype. Then you can see a lot of that red and sensuality throughout. And then you have all these blocks of either my face, and it's very dark. Why all this black? Right? And then you have more of just the faces. You don't really have my brand coming through that much. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. All of this period of time is when I was struggling. I was struggling with my brand. I was struggling with myself, with my image, with my power, with my identity, being postpartum and everything. It shook a lot of things. And you can see here some moments I tried to have some branding. Um, and but it never lasts long. You never really know, like, yeah, what's going on, really. So I'm gonna scroll back, way back, and we're gonna analyze the messaging of my post. I've been wanting to do that for such a long time, live with you, because honestly, I've made so many mistakes in this realm. And the thing is, most of my content here, like, I'm going to share with you my relationship with Instagram and how it's been over the years. When I started Instagram, I started probably a long time ago, like a lot of us. Let me just, oh yeah, I'm back here. Yeah, I can see myself. Okay, when I started Instagram, I had this relationship with Instagram of like love and hate. Like I loved being on there. I love creating for it. But at the same time, it was never bringing the kind of clients and money and success that I wanted. It took me years to just accept that I wanted to make money online because I felt like that was not really respected from the environment I grew up in. And it was like kind of bad if you wanted to be an influencer. And so I was like, oh my God, I don't want people to see me like that. But at the same time, I love sharing my life. I love sharing inspirational things. I love being on Instagram. I love photo shoot. I love this creative process. But it wasn't until I fully owned, like, no, I really want to have that social presence, that I started to like take it more seriously. But then, a lot of my business is online. So I had to have that online presence to make it quote unquote work. And so it was important for me to have a strong Instagram presence, but I felt like I was pouring hours and hours and hours of my life trying to grow my Instagram, and it wasn't really growing. And then way later, I figure out you don't need a billion followers to make the kind of money you want to make. You don't need to be famous. You don't need to be an influencer, even though for the longest time, that was kind of the excuse that I used of like, I'm not making money because I don't have enough followers. And so I was trying to gain followers, but I was never talking about my offers. I was not selling enough. I was not working on my messaging. I was not doing any of that. I was just creating what I thought was really good posts. And, of course, when you create it and you spend time create, you have a tendency to think it's good. Or I never really felt fully satisfied. I was comparing myself a lot online and I was like, why I cannot reach that level of the people that I admire. And the reason for that is that I just felt frustrated. I just felt a lot of frustration. And I want to share with you today what I will do differently today, knowing what I know and with a lot of distance and perspective. And you can do the same on your own content. I'm going to share throughout this video a little bit of the process you need to go through to analyze your messaging. So, when I had this frustration and I realized my content is not doing the job that it needs to be doing, the job of my content is to bring me ideal clients, is to be visible to the right people, it's to like also have a place in the market, right? To filter through who I'm helping, what I'm helping them with, and why I am the right person to help them. It's also to convey a strong personal brand is to convey my identity, to convey my story, and all of my beliefs and my values and what I stand for. And you're gonna see how my Instagram page hasn't really done that. Sometimes it did, at times when I was really focused, and other times it didn't. What the reason why I'm sharing all of that is because I know some of you, and I was there too. We spend so much time on this content shit. We get so confused why it doesn't work and we feel exhausted, but sometimes we're just repeating the same shitty formula, which is basically having not no strategy when it comes to Instagram a lot and the content is kind of cool. We should be from it. You can understand now how it's limiting. So I'm gonna scroll back even more to a time. I mean, I don't have to find a lot of mistakes in terms of messaging, but I want to share stuff and why it doesn't work and why, like, what could be done better. So I'm gonna click here, for example. Um, uh, was it the same that I clicked? Okay, that wasn't real. Okay. I want to share something like let's take this one for instance. Where I always feel like I need to give more in relationships. And then you have a caption. Let's zoom in. So, we need to remember that the online space is about attention, grabbing attention. Do you think that starting with why I always feel I need to give more in relationships, especially for my page, like why I was even sharing with that? I think it was a time where I was sharing about random things. As you can see, I'm not really good at grabbing attention. My hooks are quite weak. I would like to go even like much further away. Yeah, so if you can see, like a lot of my content was really like inspirational or like I was sharing stuff and I was running my business background, but like there's no coherence. You don't really know what I do, why I do it, the specific problems that I solve. Like consumed by a burning desire to surrender. Okay, that's cute, but okay. I'm probably gonna scroll past this. craving to experience the fullest of life through her body, deeply longing for beauty, pleasure, and sensuality. Are you feeling it? The deep longing for the feminine side of you. Anyone can relate? I was trying to get some engagement here and to filter through like the people that are into the same kind of things, like longing for beauty and spirituality and sensuality and pleasure and everything, and speaking in that language. But this post doesn't do much. If I have this as kind of accessories around a strong personal brand with a clear message and a clear positioning, then that would be fine, because it's just like, huh, okay, it doesn't really matter. It's like accessories. But if I'm posting things like that and I expect a different result, like if I expect engagement, like I need something deeper for people to engage here, right? And it's weak in terms of it's kind of a woo language. It's very fluffy, and it doesn't grab attention because of the format, but also because you're going to hook people's attention, especially with fears or desires. Like if you talk about something you really, really want, then you're going to be like hooked because you want to pay attention, right? Like no one really wants to pay attention to like consumed by a burning desire to surrender. Like what? What I could have done instead is like use a hook with a story. If I had the same story slide to qualify the people that are coming onto my page, which I want people that are spiritual, ambitious, deep, sensual. I want this person who is into personal development and she wants to tap deeper into her feminine. And I want basically people more like me, like in my vibe, and who understand, and like someone who um cares about her health, her spiritual development, her personal growth, who is really extremely ambitious but wants to do it in a very feminine way. And she has those notions already. Instead of just having a random sentence and statement here, I should tell a story about what it actually looks like in the day to day life, in being extremely specific, like vividly specific about what it means to be consumed by such a burning desire to surrender, and related to something that happened in my life, and have that as a hook and to get people engaged in the story. And then it would create the same thing. It would create this resonance that I wanted to create with the people. The first lesson that I want to stop here is using specificity. Here you can see the language is extremely fluffy and vague, and this is detrimental to my brand because to hook someone's attention, it has to be some form of specificity. A good messaging is specific. If you say like live your dream life, we've heard that so many times, we scroll past through, we don't care. But if you say how to um grow your booty and doing it in a way where you eat more food and you train less, it's living your dream life. If you're a fitness coach, or if you're a business coach and you're like, okay, triple your revenue by creating a fire funnel. I don't know, I'm making things up. Or working on your messaging. Then this is already a lot more precise and people will resonate a lot more because they have a clear idea of what you're trying to achieve. What we tend to do when we're beginners and this realm of creating things is hard, is that we tend to think that we're going to exclude too much, and so that we have to be more broad. But you can be super specific. I love to take the example of the fitness coach because it's super easy for me to come up with examples for fitness coaching because I've worked with a lot of fitness coach. So let's say you want to be specific and clear in your messaging, and you want to use something about not living with restrictions. It's kind of vague. We don't get a full, clear picture. What is great when you use a good messaging is to be able to picture a movie scene in your head. You need to be able to have it projected on a screen in your head of like something is happening, what is happening. For me, for example, I remember in my fitness journey when I was younger and I was restricting so much, I used to bring those haricots verts. I don't know how you say that in English. Those long beans, green beans, with chicken, no oil, nothing. It was just green beans and chicken in a Tupperware when I was going out to the restaurants because I didn't even enjoy the food with my friends. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to, have a cheat meal or anything. And it was very, very restrictive. I thought that was the only way to lose weight. And I found out later that I could actually have more food, boost my metabolism, still go out and enjoy the food and enjoy the restaurant and have a very amazing diet where I support my body and my body's need to build muscle and lose fat. That felt freaking amazing. Thank you to my fitness coach. But when I shared that with one of my client who is a fitness coach, she was like, "Oh, but it's super specific and I'm afraid that people don't resonate." And I'm like, "Yeah, but if I'm taking this example because I had a naturopath that I worked with and she wanted to talk about this idea of restriction and how she was eating so clean and how she was having a lot of um restrictions. And she was saying how she used to bring her hummus and with carrots to the restaurant. And even though I didn't bring my hummus and the carrots to the restaurant, it obviously resonated with my example of bringing my green beans with my chicken to the restaurant. So the more specific you are, you're actually not excluding anyone. You're just allowing a real story, a real anecdote, something really precise to resonate even more with people. This, what I'm showing you on the screen, that does absolutely nothing. Like, I swear it does absolutely nothing. So let's move on to another post. I don't know what it was. I was still like basically advertising my coaching here. I had soft and surrendered and so on. That feels very 2021, but we were in 2024. Let's see that. That is a really good example of the lack of specificity. Embody your full potential, unlock your unique codes, level up your life. One on one coaching. No one, I'm going to tell you that, no one is going to throw their credit card at your face for embodying your full potential or for one on one coaching. Like, no one. No one is gonna be like, oh my God, I've been dreaming day and night about embodying my full potential and unlocking my unique codes. You have to think that a good messaging and a good marketing, it has to resonate with people so much. You create what I call this like secret diary effect. Like it feels like you're reading a piece of their journaling that you're not supposed to read and you're not supposed to know, but you know because you've been there or because you know your clients really well. Meaning, you need to find the exact problems and the exact pain and the exact desires. You know how people are like, oh, you shouldn't talk about pain points and stuff. I do not agree. You need to be able to address the pain. People are paying to reduce the pain and to increase desires. All the time. All the time. It doesn't mean you're gonna use that in a bro shitty way, or you're gonna press so hard on the pain that is gonna make your ideal client feel so shitty. Not at all. You use it in the way of like, I see you. I see your pain. I see what you're going through. I know what it's like deep compassion. They feel seen. But then you inspire them to act and to throw their money at you with the desires. And no one dreams and desire and write in their journals, oh my God, I want to level up my life. One way I love to think about it is the woman crying in her bed. You have to think about you crying at night in your bed and voice messaging your bestie. What are you actually saying? Are you being like, girl, I'm just like so stuck right now. I wish I could just unlock my unique codes. No, no, she's gonna be like, oh my God, like I feel so broke. I cannot go on a vacation. And I'm struggling with my content right now. I'm posting on Instagram every day and it's not paying off. And I'm very frustrated. And same with Relationship coaching, super interesting industry to work on. I've seen many people being like, heal your attachment wound. This one I love because I see it a lot. Um, no one is gonna throw their credit card at your face for healing the wound. This is what you're going to do with them. This is what you know as the practitioner. And the reason why you push that forward is because you know it's the way to go. You know that healing their attachment wound is the way that is going to get them the healthy, fulfilling, sexy love life. But what they want is the dream man, is to manifest their king, is to be in that sexy ass union. They do not care about healing their attachment wounds, okay? So let's not confuse the vehicle, like how you're transforming them, to the transformation. We should always prioritize the transformation. And that being said, we should prioritize identity work, okay? So that being said, this sucks. This creates nothing. Maybe the good point, it's my content. So I can say shit about my content and not point the good things. The good thing, maybe it raised awareness that I do have one-on-one coaching, because before you couldn't see it anywhere, like here. Are you sidetracked, lost in the swirl of Instagram yoga challenges, journaling prompts that barely scratch the surface, or the charm of another self help book? This could be your turning point. I don't know why I use this language. I think that was ChatGPT, you know? I mean, it can only be ChatGPT because I do not speak like that. So, another thing with AI, I've been doing my content with ChatGPT or with the help of ChatGPT sometimes. Um, I guess from 2024, I don't know. I had a period of time where I was doing that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, let's use AI and to actually help us. That being said, if you want to stand like now, the AI is so good. You will have full accounts. You think it's real people. It's not. Everything is AI generated and you cannot freaking tell, or it's very subtle. So, the best way to build a strong personal brand is to be yourself. May it be what you think is a little below. Like in this case, compared to the other posts I was doing, at least I'm starting to scratch the surface of talking a little bit about pain point. I think this one was confusing. We don't really know because I put too much in it. It was too broad and I was trying to fit everything. But you see how I tried everything that I just told you. I tried to talk about the pain, which is screaming at night. Maybe she's doing a ton of yoga challenges and she's journaling prompts, but you feel like, you know, I don't know. Uh, I'm gonna read the caption just to see how shitty it was. By now, you should know the journey to self discovery is all in the depth of connection and genuine introspection. So, is that where your focus lies? Or are you sidetracked, lost in the swirl of Instagram yoga challenges? Da, 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 da. I repeated the same thing. If you're sorry for that. If you're ready to transition from fleeting fixes to lasting transformation, the insight I'm about to share could be your turning point. I still haven't provided any value or talked to my ideal client, right? Like, by now, you should know the journey of self discovery is all about the depth of connection and genuine introspection. What the fuck does that even mean? This line should be another hook. It should be something that grabs attention. So I don't even know. Me, I did this post with the help of ChatGPT. That was probably not ChatGPT because or ChatGPT was really shitty at the time because I don't understand what is the point. So it's about diving deeper and somatic embodiment. If you're curious to know how you can transition from fleeting feeling surface level connections, where every interaction feels like it barely scratches the surface, to delving deep into being the embodiment of true love, dancing through life from your soft and surrendered self with your heart wide open, and imagine embracing a life where each day is fully embodied in your essential, fierce yet relaxed self, where every gesture, every touch, every glance speaks of a profound understanding of your own depth and worth. Craving for this depth of self awareness and connection every single day. That's the heart and soul of soft and surrender. Okay, I was advertising soft and surrendered. Whoa. Let me tell you how shitty it is. Soft and Surrendered was an online program of mine to help you be soft and surrendered. It's all about feminine sensuality and heart openness and kind of manifesting love. Okay, so it's attracting better relationships. And we do a lot of healing around men. It was really about softening and surrendering. So, in the day to day life, it would look like being able to ask for what you want, being like open to the masculine force, not manifesting people that are wanting to do 50-50 and this kind of men, but attracting men that steps into that provider role, stuff like this. And soft and surrendered at the core of it, it was really like, how do we soften the armor that we've grown up with, and women that can be extremely tense and extremely guarded, and how do you let go of those walls around your heart? So you can see how this post doesn't do the job at all. At all. Whoa, like this is scary because the hook on screen, it's a cool photo shoot. I would give myself that. Um it's a cool picture. It could have been used totally differently. My God, it's so exciting to do that. I love to review how shitty things were. So you see, are you sidetracked, lost in this world of yoga? No one is gonna fully resonate with that. No one. The hook should have been something because I'm advertising soft and surrendered, should have been a lot more precise. Let me see. Slide into my DMs with deeper journey for a transformative conversation, and let's explore in soft and surrender. If soft and surrender is you get away to the profound self awareness you seek, no one is gonna throw their money. They're not gonna open their wallet for this. Like, let me tell you, I am not. And I'm into this shit. And I know soft and surrender it's closed down now, but it was an epic program. It was so good, giving clients results, amazing transformation. The transformation and the offer is amazing. The marketing is so shitty. No one is going to buy that. No one is going to resonate with that. No one is going to engage with a post like that. And then I'm creating more and more of those posts, and I'm feeling depleted, and I'm feeling tired, and I'm feeling sad, and I'm feeling like a failure because I feel like I created something really good. No one is signing up. I don't have enough clients, and I'm not making the money that I want to make. And you know, things have worked for me in times that I didn't expect because in my stories I was really present and I was really embodied, and I have a very inspirational personality, I guess. I don't know. People are always telling me that. I'm not saying that to brag at all because I also believe that sometimes there's nothing special about me. But the way I live my life, the way I think, when I'm empowered, when I'm in my juice, when I'm in my flow, it's a little bit different from the people around me. And I know there is a lot of magnetism to that. So it has worked because of my presence and my energy. But in this case, the content is not doing the job. So we need to fix that ASAP. So, what should we do instead? I'm giving you a few seconds to just think about it. If my target audience is that person who wants to feel soft and surrendered, what is she experiencing right now in her life where she's crying at night in her bed, voice messaging her bestie? I'm giving you a second to actually think about it. Actually think about what should have been the hook, even if I'm still not the best at doing hooks, but definitely not this. This is shit. I should choose one specific archetype. For soft and surrendered, I had a few archetypes. They were the woman who is very rigid. I'm not call her like that because people love to identify with positive statement or with behaviors, and they don't want to identify with identities that are depreciative of them. Like, no one is gonna what we wanna do with content is people to raise their hands. Like, "This is me. Yes, you see me. Here, do you feel seen?" I don't feel seen. And Soft and Surrendered is an offer for me. I created it, but I would buy this kind of offer if it was marketed properly. So what I would do instead is choose one of those archetypes. Another archetype could be the woman who is into sensuality and stuff, but she feels disconnected or she feels ashamed. So the ashamed one. So I have the rigid one, the ashamed one. I will have another archetype of the woman that feels like there is more. She's into those kind of things, but she hasn't fully unlocked her potential. Pretty vague like that, but if that's you, you know. So I would have choose one archetype only. And the hook, I would have made one sentence using one very specific thing. So the rigid one, what is she doing? Maybe I remember that time where I was struggling in my dating life, and before I applied all the teachings that are in Soft and Surrendered, where I felt like I could never ask for help. And if a man will try and come in and help me, I would be so strong and independent that it would create a wall between me and the other people. And I remember the feeling in my body every time I would be with my friends. I would be relaxed and would be happy and da da da. And if I saw a man, someone attractive, and I was like, "Ooh, maybe there's an interest here," I would tense. My whole body would go like really tense. I would be in that bro energy right away. Like I'm trying to make jokes so that it creates a better, I wouldn't be able to surrender and to tell my truth and to be calm and to be gentle and to be loving because I was so afraid of being hurt. So I would try to brainstorm about this and talk about, okay, be more specific, what exactly it is. Like find anecdotes that actually happen and describe those anecdotes really specifically. I'm not going to do that live because I'm on the spot right now and I want to move on to the next thing. But I would have choose an archetype that my offer is for, describe her current situation, so her pain, with really specific anecdotal thing. I would remove all this like embracing where you're fully embodied, fierce and relaxed self, self-aware, like is your gateway to the profound self-awareness you seek. Even if you like to be self-aware, this is not something you're going to put your money towards. What you're going to put your money towards is manifesting your dream man by being the juiciest, most soft, loving woman that you know you are behind the armor. I would put my money to that. To manifest a king who has strong presence and he is like in his masculine energy so that I can surrender, but I have to go first and I have to learn how to soften and surrender. My pussy tingles. Like, I want to buy this. Like, yeah, sign me up. If I talk to the real pain of what she's experiencing, or I tell my story, what I was experiencing, versus where I'm at right now after basically the process of the soft and surrendered. And then you show that the way to get to that dream desire, again, very specific. What can I do that I couldn't do before? Is soft and surrender. This is how I fix this. That was really bad. Um,
yourself, connected to your essential self, where you get to fully unleash that part of you. Because when you do, you can finally lead with your heart. You can finally go after what you want in a soft, kind, gentle, yet empowered way. You can finally drop the armor and the mask you're wearing and fully explore what it feels like to truly connect with another being. So imagine the power that it has when you explore intimate connections, or you're trying to manifest your soulmate, or you just want to empower all of your relationships with your friends, with your colleagues, with different partnerships you have. It is life changing to have this experience.
With everything we talked about, tell me what's going on, what's going wrong in this one, the one we just saw. Essential self, for heart-centered living. Doesn't mean shit. Still really vague. Um, doesn't bring any true value. The true value here is how cute I look with my
to
little
have this
curly hair.
experience.
During pregnancy, I lost those curls. My curls look so different right now. So it's so funny to see that. It's so interesting too because I don't wear any red lipstick anymore except today. I wore it. I think it's been probably 2 years since that time in 2024. Very funny. Sorry, I'm sick. Okay. So here I start the hook is not hooking.
To have this experience of yourself connected to your essential.
There's no hook. Nothing grabs my attention. You're stepping in mid conversation. I know that was a clip from a YouTube video, so that makes sense. But it's not, we don't know who I'm talking to. Who am I talking to? What is the problem I'm solving with that piece of content? We don't know. It's again very vague. And I start directly talking about the vehicle. Like, if you embody your, like, you will notice I'm in a lot of convincing energy, which means that there is a fundamental problem behind all of that about um my archetype and my audience. And in my head, I'm talking to the wrong people already. Because if I do feel like I need to convince someone, then I'm not talking to my ideal client who is ready to buy. And I only want to talk to the people who are ready to buy and invest in what I have to offer. Here in my head, I'm talking to the people who are not bought into the vehicle yet. And you can also educate like that and sell really hard the vehicle. Let's say you're doing somatic work. You can, instead of selling directly what you do and your coaching, you can show that their desires and their pain, what solves it is somatic work, right? Or you see a lot of people advertising like how to build a personal brand. They're selling hard on the personal brand and they specialize in personal brand. So then your brain will associate them with the vehicle. This is the right way to do it. Here is the wrong way to do it because what I'm doing here is that I'm trying to convince someone who is not convinced. So I'm in a convincing energy. This is the opposite of an attractive energy, right? Once you try to convince someone, they're going to naturally have those walls up and they're going to resist you and they're going to feel the ick. They don't know why, but they feel it. They don't necessarily know why consciously, but they're going to feel it. So here, I'm trying to convince, which means that my audience, I'm not talking to the right people in my head. And it has been my problem for a very long time, feeling like I had to prove, I had to convince, I had to change minds because what I do is very different from my environment, like my family, my friends, my parents, the friends of my parents, even my past best friend that I was talking to. She was very not aware of this type of content. And it's very funny because in my head, I don't know what is this phenomenon, but I felt like I was talking to two people. Kelly, my, she used to be a friend and we had a really bad fallout. So Kelly, who was the opposite of my ideal client, literally the opposite. I'm talking to women who have this thirst for freedom, for sexuality, for self-expression, for artistry, for all the sensual beauty, luxurious realm. People who are into personal development, people who are into depth and spirituality, people that are extremely ambitious, but in a way that gives them freedom, people that are on Instagram and they love Instagram and they love creating. This is my target audience. Kelly is the opposite of that. She would choose safety over everything. She had the very traditional path of you go and you study and you get your degree and then you get the house and the dog and the kids and the car and you're boring as fuck and and I don't say that just because we had a fallout. It's me being bitter. No, but I say that because if you think about my ideal client, she is the opposite. She would never buy from me. Even though that would probably be the person who needs it the most to unleash something and to transform her life. but she's not in the state where she's ready. So there is also something to be said about there is a way you can educate people so that you bring them ready to invest in you. But in this case, I was talking to her, or worse, I was talking to my partner's dad. I don't know why I have those two people. And it's very interesting when I think about it, because those two people, they're the archetype of kind of the thing I fight against, right? It's like everything that frustrates me about society right now. It's people that don't understand the depth and the subtle things in life. People who don't believe in God, they don't believe in the subtle thing and the deep things. And they're really like work hard and like this is the mindset. And this is not me. And this is not my ideal client. So in my head, I was always talking to those people because I felt like those people are the thing that I fight against. And so I need to prove and to convince those people to change and then to invest in me without realizing they were never meant to be my clients in the first place. And I've seen a lot of you doing that too in your content, where you're trying to prove that your way is the best way, and you're basically trying to convince people in your head that are, I want to say détraqueurs, because in French it sounds like people that are trying to like haters. Basically, you're talking to your haters, and you can do that sometimes. And it's really good to have a common enemy, but it has to be in your head. You're always talking to the right people. You're building a community of the right people. You're not trying to convince anyone, especially not if you're trying to sell something. Mm. Let's move to the next post. We have this one. Wait, before we're going to take this one. Ah, what's happening? It's not showing up. Do you see it? Can you see it? You cannot see it. I can't see it either. So let's move on to this one, maybe. Okay. The other one was a quote. And so I just want to say, if you're still doing that in 2026, what are you doing? Because I was still doing that in 2024, and that was already way past this time. Okay. So we're gonna finish with one post, and then I will keep some things and some shifts. And next time I will try to also, sorry, I thought they were a bug or something. I will try to also prepare a little bit more the transformation and what it could actually look like, so we have a before and after. But what I would love from you, if you're watching this on replay, is if you want that we look at your social media and you get a little roasted in the best possible way, so that you know what to do with your social. You're never guessing actually what to post. You know exactly what will work, and you use the best messaging tactics out there so that your marketing is strong and you convey something really powerfully. We can do that so that you don't do those mistakes. Sometimes we do mistakes we don't realize, because obviously when I'm creating that, I'm thinking it's good, right? Like I'm thinking I'm doing what I need to be doing. I'm spending hours working on my business, hours working on content. And so and then I'm wondering what's wrong. So if you want that we take a look at your content, I would do it for free. I would do it for fun, always with um bienveillance, with a good heart, and maybe a little bit of tough love, but sometimes that's how we move things. So let's look at this last post for today. Soft and Surrendered, the online program. So at least I'm raising awareness. I see that a lot also with people. I have this one friend. She's amazing at what she does. She is a genius when it comes to marketing, storytelling, and messaging. She is la crème de la crème. She is incredible. She's very good at it. I'm very envious that those skills don't come as naturally to me than it does to her, even though that was a lot of work for her too. But she is amazing at storytelling. And so everything that she posts, it hooks attention like no one else. The stories are so good, and it leads to the transformation and to the sell really good. She knows how to sell. She's amazing. The one thing that she doesn't fully realize, I mean, we talked about this many times, that she does, is that she never mentioned the names of her offers. It's always like in a small hidden part. And when I think about the big brands or even the small business that are big business, you know what I mean? Like people like us who have a coaching business and we're making like somewhere between 5 to 50 to 100K month for a coaching business. It's great. It's a good business, but it's nothing compared to, I don't know, Coca-Cola or L'Oreal or those big brands, right? So if you think about those big brands and the coaching brands that are successful online today, you know their offers. You know the name of their offers. It's popping in your head and it's annoying because you know their offers. You know that they're selling this and this program 3 times a year. You always see it. Why do you remember them? Because it's every fucking where. And so, here what I do great is that I put soft and surrendered and like, I kind of want to relaunch this program because I love that name. But soft and surrendered actually became two different programs. One is still available right now. It's Femme Sensuelle and it's much deeper than it was here. And it's about your sensuality, basically. But that's not the topic of today. Soft and surrendered. Drop with the walls around your heart. No more Miss Independent. Enter your soft feminine era. Unleash your sensuality. It's better. It's better, right? Link in bio. That was an era, right? I should have had a different call to action, probably. But at least I have the name. The branding is cute. I like it. The vibe is really embodied, you know what I mean? And I'm talking a little bit more about the promise of the offer. Drop the walls around your heart. Stepping out of the Miss Independent, entering my soft girl era and unleashing my sensuality. At least I'm talking about the result of the thing. Real talk, please. You're doing all the mindset work in the world, hustling, chasing your dreams, feeling like a bad bitch, yet your dating life sucks because it's hard to connect behind the thick walls. You feel rigid, dry, meh in your body. You're doing the work and all, but still feel like something's missing. You're longing for an existence where you're soft, juicy, central, and radiant as fuck. You tend to experience burnout and dream to live from your feminine energy. Does that sound like you? Maybe it's time to reconsider your approach. We often think it's about doing more early mornings, more meditation, more green juice. But what if real liberation lies not in doing more, but in being more? In being more present, attuned, soft, and surrendered. If this resonates, it's time for a change. Not towards another demanding goal, but towards deeper understanding and embrace of your authentic self, sensuality, and feminine essence. Soft and surrendered is the course that paved the path. Transition from consistent push and pull to state of harmony. Sometimes I'm reading this and I'm like, oh, this is getting good. And then oh, no, it's not that good. Soft and surrender is the chorus. Okay, sorry, I said that. This isn't just another self help mantra, it's a profound journey to rediscovering and celebrating your intrinsic soft feminine essence. This is not just another self help mantra, it's a profound journey of da da da. This is ChatGPT because this isn't, this is it. From this place, the walls around your heart start to dissolve, allowing you to melt fully into your feminine radiance. Your sensuality blossoms and you start attracting different kind of relationships. The ones where you feel safe to surrender. Oh, are you prepared to embrace your soft and feminine era? If so, DM me with SNS and let's set you on the path of your genuine fulfillment and juiciness. And then I had some vibes. Yeah, there was some vibes. I think I deleted a lot of those pictures in the vibe, but anyway. So there are some much better things here. Okay? Much better things. Unfortunately, it's like the souffle goes down, like it builds up and you're like, okay, it's not perfect, but it's better. So tell me now, use your brain. If you're watching this on replay, use your brain and help me analyze this. What would you say? I'm having a sip of water so that you can actually think. What is done better is that at least this time I tried to talk about her current situation, aka the pain, right? You're doing what she thinks also, what's is really important in marketing is pointing out what she's doing to get to the outcome that your offer offers, but what she's doing wrong. We need to point people in the right direction by showing them what they're doing wrong. So in this case, um, you're doing all the mindset work in the world, hustling, chasing your dream, feeling like a bad bitch. I don't know why. I feel like I always have to give so much and to stay so broad. I think this is really a mistake of mine. Um, and you will see it. There is a little bit of that dating, and then I should have made different posts, but every post, I feel like it had to contain everything. And I see it this mistake in so many women as well as trying to market themselves. So be mindful of that. You don't have to give the whole context and everything in one post. Actually, the more precise and the more narrow you are with one post, the more people are going to remember you. Here, I'm saying like, "Oh, you're doing this, but at the same time your dating life sucks." This is the intention of this part is really good, where I'm trying to describe her pain. I could have been more specific and bring more anecdotes, because when you say you're feeling rigid, dry, meh in your body, she may not fully be aware that she feels this way. So I need to find a tangible real life experience of how she feels rigid. Maybe she is seeing other girls dancing freely or wearing the kind of clothes that she always envisioned she would wear, or she's saving pictures on Pinterest knowing she would never be able to be that girl. Um, or she never goes to the dance floor because she's so rigid, or she's always tense. Her shoulders are always up her ears. Um, like feeling dry or meh in your body. Like she never seduce herself. Like I would have to actually sit down and think about this deeper, which I should have in 2024. But you know what I mean? I could have been more precise, but at least I'm trying to do the job here of showing the missing point. uh, and then I try to talk about the desires, but again, people don't throw their money to feel radiant as fuck. Not fully, right? Like, what is it really in their real life being essential? What is it going to help them do? And I think the one thing I really want to mention here, this is the souffle. The souffle, at some point, I was like, the souffle came down because I was afraid of claiming the transformation. So I know the power of the transformation I offer, but I was so afraid to claim it. And I've seen it. I've seen it with a fitness coach. Fitness coach being like she needs to say you're gonna be hot as fuck and you're gonna be toned and you're gonna have the perfect silhouette that you want. And you're gonna wear those jeans and you're gonna feel like you're the baddest bitch on earth. And you're gonna feel so obsessed with yourself. You're not gonna stop taking pictures of yourself and checking yourself out in the mirrors. And instead of claiming that, she was a little shy because I was like, yeah, but I cannot fully guarantee the person has to work and to get that goal. When you're offering a transformation, you're gonna be specific in your content so that you can really qualify your leads and filter through the people that are victims and they are hoping to be saved. You don't want those people ever if you're a coach, because you'll never be able to actually coach them because they're not coachable, because they're hoping that just by paying you, it's going to get them results without them doing the hard work that it takes. So in this case, you want to be able to claim boldly the promise, you know? Like, I remember. I remember now. When I say you start here, it was great. Like from this place, the walls around your heart starting to dissolve, allowing you to melt fully into your feminine radiance. Why not? You know what? Like the woman that I work with, she would get it. Your sensuality blossoms, why not? And you start attracting different kind of relationship. Here I didn't want to claim you gonna like you're gonna drive your mate crazy, or you're gonna attract the sexiest men on earth that are willing to provide for you, and you're gonna be so safe in his arms. I should have been able to claim that fully, because that was what soft and surrender used to do, right? It's exactly what allowed me to manifest my man. Same process, but I was like attracting different kinds of relationships. Why I was so scared to claim it fully. I think it's that's where you see that business and strategy is not always about strategy, because it's not just words that I could have used differently. It's a posture as me as a leader that I should have done differently. I think we're good for today. We've explored a lot of things through examples. I hope you like this format. It was completely new for me. I love being here and chatting with you so casually. And I love roasting past things that I've done, because I realize, Mama Mia, I was not good. And it's fun. It's fun to do that because you get to learn from my mistakes. You know, took one for the team so that you don't have to. I hope you enjoyed this format. Let me know. I would love to help you with your content if you're open to be roasted a little bit and to analyze your content and give you some direction of where to take your content to the next level so that it feels more powerful. You know what I want to finish today? Just because I love being with you guys on this live today. I have 3 minutes. So that was 2024, right? But let's see my more recent content. I've been struggling with content. I mean, sometimes it's good. A time way before that, it was better. Then it got meh. Then then I was more specific and stuff, but we will check that next week. At some point here, you see as well, like, I don't know. It was a little, I don't know. It was the lack of embodiment of my message and feeling so confused and trying, but not, you don't know what I do to my page. You don't know. So I'm gonna do my best and try to start fixing that and applying my own my own medicine and my own advice. Instead of just helping my clients, I'm gonna also help myself first. That's what a leader does, right? And it's very vulnerable and open, but that's what I how I want to run things going forward. So hope you like this live video and let me know if you want more and if you're ready for another chat another day.